everyone, and thanks for tuning in to this episode on the Fashion Fables podcast. Today, I have Jordan on my podcast, lifestyle and fashion blogger who I am super excited to chat with. Jordan, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited.
So let's get into it. So Jordan, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So, hello everyone. I'm Jordan. I am the face behind the Instagram account with these green eyes. I'm a 22-year-old who was in college going through her senior year like any other, and then all of a sudden a pandemic hits and my life kind of got rearranged. I was home from spring break on. I'm still here. I'm an East Coast baby. And, I studied television, radio, and film at Syracuse University in Newhouse, and I specialize in social media, and I've always loved fashion. So when the pandemic hit, I kind of wanted to take all the extra time that I had to create this lifestyle and fashion inspirational kind of Instagram account just to, entertain myself as it is. Not only do I do my own social media, I'm also a social media consultant. That is my job. I created my own business through the pandemic, and I've been extremely successful, which is great.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. I'm so happy you're doing like what you love. I think that's so important.
Yeah, I think for everybody, it's something that you dream of, and you always say you want to do something like, create a YouTube channel or create your own Instagram or have your own podcast. And unfortunately, it takes a pandemic to really get the courage because you're not surrounded by the constant, fear of society around you. You're kind of home in this comfort, and you have everything that you really need to like boost your self-esteem. And it's really something that I suggest to any young, or even older, your dreams are never too late to start. I think anybody should always pursue what they really are passionate about and, live your life to be happy. You're not on this earth to be boring and bored.
I love that advice so much.
Yeah.
What inspired you to create your account like with these green eyes, and any insight you would be willing to share about this unique account name, which I love?
So with these green eyes, I have very, very vibrant green eyes, and it's just always been a trait of mine. Everybody around me and people I meet always are calling me, "Oh my God, you're the girl with the green eyes." And I'm like, well, I also have a name. My name's Jordan, but it's always been a little trademark of mine. So when I started my account, I was called the 22-year-old because I really couldn't think of a name. And at the time, that's all I was. I was just a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
And so once I progressed and started getting more of a following, I was like, you know what, something I'm really like proud of and I'm always known for are my green eyes. So I just transformed it to with these green eyes, and that's how it grew. And I'm just constantly thinking of things to post. And even though I'm just a quote unquote nano influencer, micro influencer, I do have a lot of followers that are very interested in what I post, and it makes me feel like I'm giving a little bit of an impact on people. And it's really interesting to see my small following just kind of growing and growing more.
Yeah, exactly. I think like no matter like the following, it's just like being like an influencer. I feel like you have like the power to kind of like obviously influence people in such a positive way, and like they are inspired by like your ideas you post, like your fashion you post, and they like look forward to like the content you are posting, which kind of makes you like, I don't know, like feel good that like, oh, like people like what I'm posting, and it also makes you like motivated to continue like being creative and thinking of new things to put out there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely not an easy thing. I will completely be honest. There are days where I'm just like, you know what? I feel like I have nothing to post. I feel like I'm not being beneficial to this like community. I feel like I'm not posting what people want to see. What am I doing wrong? And it's stressful. It really is. Um, but it's something that I'm passionate about and something that I really enjoy doing. I love getting dolled up. I love doing my hair. I love doing my makeup.
Yeah.
And I love picking out my outfits. But it does come with the stress of, is this outfit good enough? Does my hair look frizzy, or does my makeup look too heavy? Like,
Yeah.
all these different factors that society kind of has bended and shaped, women as a whole, um, kind of floats around in my head a little bit, as a young woman in what I studied, the entertainment industry and social media. It does affect, how I perceive everything and how I perceive myself. So
Yeah.
just to know that when people comment and they're like, I love your outfit, or your hair is amazing, you have the best, like things like that, just very kind of reinforcements, give me a little bit more satisfaction that I am helping my account and helping my followers.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think just like staying authentic to you is the most important. So like with that, how do you attract new followers and come up with your content? You kind of like touched on this a little bit, but if you have anything else to say.
So gaining new followers is definitely a game, I would say. It's kind of a back and forth, reaching out to people. And sometimes people just appear and I'll have no idea how I like reached them, but I'm so grateful for each and every one of them. um and especially with the algorithm changing, I mean, hashtags,
Yeah.
tagging people in posts, making sure you have a detailed caption, really crisp photos, staying clear to your like aesthetic,
Mhm.
um and really staying within your niche, is kind of how I think I've been growing. I mean, with this temporary lock, it's extremely irritating that, I mean, I lost 100 and something followers, but that's because the way that Instagram is changing is that since I'm not being active, those followers, they just drop because they think one of a bot, or
Um,
Instagram like automatically just deletes them from my account, which I reached out to a couple followers of mine who it said that had unfollowed me, and they were like, I never unfollowed you. That's so weird. So, and it's not the first time that's happened. I've heard multiple stories from other girls. Um, but it's kind of a changing game. It's constantly just giving me a headache, but I'm working with it.
yeah,
And
that's like yeah.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like that's a little bit unfair on like Instagram's part to kind of like take followers away from you when they're giving you like the ban. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's really irritating because I do work hard. I do put in the effort.
Yeah.
And then for Instagram, they also have horrible, horrible like customer service. They'll
Mhm.
say like, let us know if we made a mistake, or like report a problem, and they just don't react or respond to anything.
Oh,
I know another influencer who I'm friends with through just like the community.
yeah.
She wasn't able to be tagged in anything that her followers were tagging her in.
Oh,
Um, and it's just like this constant issue. So
yeah.
that's that. And then in regards to creating content, just staying on trend. I really enjoy looking at other influencers and seeing what they're posting and what kind of outfits they like,
Yeah.
and going through their followers and my followers and seeing what they're looking for. But I stick true to like my kind of aesthetic and my style and putting my own twist on things. And lucky for me, my mom was in the fashion industry for like 30 years, obviously, before I was born.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of input from her because she has a lot of knowledge on like classic pieces and, staying very avant garde in the whole scheme of things.
Well, that's great how she can like help you out, and that's also good advice for me, like just trying to gain new followers and stuff like that. Because I recently started my podcast, and it's like, yeah, I agree. It's kind of like a game. Like you kind of have to like kind of like gauge what the followers like and kind of just like go off of that and stay to like your vibe and like feed aesthetic. I think that's like really helpful for me. And like hashtags also, I feel like that helps because that can like reach different audiences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, so what is your personal fashion style and some like trends you're into?
So my personal style, I would say, is very um, minimal, but with hints of pops and colors. I
Okay.
love a good pattern. I love printed pants. Those are a big thing of mine. I love printed pants. Um, I'm actually very short. I'm only 5'1.5", which is shocking. A lot of people think I'm much taller. Um, so a lot of the mom jean style and the boyfriend pants, those tend to not work on my legs just because I'm very compact and my legs aren't as long as people perceive them to be.
Mhm.
So I tend to stick with flared pants and skinny leggings, leather. I love texture. Um, but sometimes I do like to go out of the box. Like I want to expand my style and, you know, wear zebra pants or
Yeah.
wear like a two-piece like matching set that I wouldn't normally wear because, I'd be insecure to wear it out in public. But you know what? Like through this whole account, I've learned to just like accept my style and screw what other people think in the negative vibe because they're only commenting and making negative regards to you because one, they're jealous, and two, because they're not pursuing what they wish they were. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I think it's always good to like for me personally too, like I have my own like fashion style and like I like the neutrals and stuff like that, but I do like once in a while like to like stray away from that, and I would say like try new things only because like sometimes you want to like just like switch it up, and like sometimes like you don't think like you would look good in something, and then you'll try it on and it'll actually be like cute. And
Yeah.
so like I think it's about just like broadening your horizons and like wearing new things because you may actually end up liking them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um so, what does a healthy lifestyle mean to you?
So, a healthy lifestyle for me, growing up, I was actually a competitive dancer and a competitive lacrosse player. So, I have a very fit physique, and I'm lucky to metabolize very fast. Obviously, it's going to catch up to me as I'm getting older. I'm 22, turning 23 in a couple months. Um, I'm hoping it doesn't catch up to me that fast. But I used to work out 7 days a week for 2 hours a day. And when I got to college, I was like, you know what? Like, I deserve a break. I did crazy amount of things for my body and I treat it well. But
Yeah,
I'm a girl, I'm growing, and just kind of giving myself the choice to, have like Cheetos or have a milkshake, giving myself options and not restricting myself
yeah,
makes it a lot easier for me to decide to be healthier. Like I make sure to have protein, I make sure to have vegetables, I make sure to get grains. I recently cut out dairy because dairy as a whole just like wasn't good for my skin. I had bad reactions with it. Like my skin would just get bumps and something, it was just not working for me, and I switched to dairy free. And I think it's a personal option for anybody because even if you decide it's not good for yourself,
yeah,
it could be more beneficial for like your hair or your skin or your nails and things like that. So kind of making your own healthy lifestyle choices for your body is something I really press for people because everybody's different and nobody fits one narrow straight line. Everybody strays away in all different kinds of ways.
yeah, totally agree. And actually, I was a competitive dancer also, up until literally senior year of high school because I'm a freshman in college now.
Yeah.
And it's just like I can relate to the whole thing of like constantly exercising and like going to
Mm-hmm.
dance practice like 6 days a week. I have like Sundays off, but it's very just like rigorous and like maintaining like a good diet and stuff like that because like you're constantly like on stage in like these like fitted costumes, and
Yeah.
you always are a little more conscious about your body also because like even in just like rehearsals you're constantly staring at yourself in a mirror,
Yeah.
like when you're rehearsing, and like I don't know, sometimes you just like resort to comparing yourself to like your friends who are like next to you because like you guys, I don't know, it's just like a thing that happens unfortunately. But like as I've gotten into college, like I decided like not to do dance team just because like I want to kind of not so like worry about that all the time and kind of just like kind of enjoy things more rather than like always like restricting myself because I think that something's gonna like make me gain weight or something. Like I don't know. But yeah, and also I don't know. I would say last summer I switched to like more plant-based only because like I don't know, just like makes me feel better and like I love almond milk preferably over just like regular. So I definitely just think it's like what you like prefer, what works best for your body, and like no two people are the same. So like
Yeah.
what works for me like might not work for you and like vice versa. So I just think like finding what you like and what makes your body feel good.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Completely agreed.
So there are like a good amount of fashion and lifestyle bloggers all pushing out content. So like what are some ways you feel are best to stand out and just like show who you are?
Ways that I think that I stand out amongst others is that I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm not trying to be like these big macro followed like influencers. I'm really just trying to stay authentic to myself. And I think that's what makes it more personable. I think it makes me kind of put forward myself a little bit more and shared more of what makes me myself. In regards to how I think it myself stands out personally from others, like I just take my style and press it forward and see what others are saying and taking their input and kind of putting it back into my posts and making sure that I use the feedback that I get. And with that, it just kind of reciprocates and it's somehow my posts just show up places and then people ask for branding information and it just kind of all circles back into one big thing of just being true to myself and what I like to post and how I like to style my looks.
Yeah, I think that's great. Only because like you're the only you and like so embrace who you are rather than trying to be like all the other influencers because I feel like though like someone's gonna notice you and then like eventually like you're just gonna get a following and then I guess like one thing leads to another and I think that's what it is and sometimes like it's like normal to like I don't know sometimes be like oh I like want to post or like I don't have anything to post but I just think trying to stay consistent and just um like everyone has like bad days and I feel like just doing what you have to do and knowing that the next day will be better and like you have something to offer that like no one else does like I said.
Yeah.
And then any advice you have for someone looking to like try something new but may just be afraid to do so?
This was my biggest thing. I wanted to start my blog throughout college, but with college it comes with a lot of stress and it being different now because of the pandemic, but I wish I told myself earlier like just bite the nail and do it. People, no matter what you do, are going to judge you and you either take that and put it into your strength or you take it and you let it bring you down and stop you from pursuing what you want to do because in the long run their negativity doesn't matter, it just matters what makes you happy. My advice for anybody looking to start something is just find that one thing that makes you smile,
Mhm.
and if you keep up with it you're gonna see yourself smiling and your skin's gonna glow and your hair's gonna like gloss and you're just gonna feel accomplished and that you are doing something maybe not for others but you're doing it for yourself. And I think that's something that people need to start doing is the quote unquote self-care, I think, is a lot more than just a face mask or a hair mask. It's putting yourself out there and doing what makes you feel confident and authentic.
Yeah, oh my God, I totally agree. I just think that everyone has something that is special to them, and like just like it might take time to find it, but like once you find it, like you just like have that feeling where like like this is what you're meant to do, and it's like the best feeling ever. And I think like a big reason why sometimes people don't go for things that they may want to do is because they're afraid of what other people think. And I think that's like it's just like so common to think like that, but and like for me too, like I would like struggle with it, but like I've realized as I've gotten older that like it truly like doesn't matter, and people probably don't care as much as like you think.
Mhm.
um I think that like when posting on social media or like just in general to not kind of think of like how many like likes or like how much engagement you're gonna get, but like posting it for the reason that you just truly like love the post and like it makes you feel good and you want like the world to see it. I think is a better look on it rather than like posting something for like engagement and stuff like that, because sometimes when you like try too hard, like it doesn't is not the best either. So I think just finding that like happy balance and just continuing to find what makes you happy.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And then any ways to get in contact with you and just to keep up with your content.
Um, Everybody can follow me at with these green eyes, no spaces or anything, on Instagram. For business purposes, my email is wtgebusiness@gmail.com. I have a new branding kind of sponsorship coming up. Should be exciting. I should be unlocked tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, I mean, just having everybody follow, and I will reciprocate back. And I like to keep up with people. So that is everything for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jordan.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.